Friends, what the shirt is missing, friends.
I'm not your friend.
So today also one of the flexing video that I'm going to make. I recently bought a new camera for my channel, Tech Fanciers, mirrorless Sony ZV-E10. So this I bought for around 62,000 in with the local vendor, Alpha authorized seller. I started recording videos with my Asus Zenfone 2 laser, and then I switched to Zenfone Lite L1, and then MI-A2. After that, Redmi Note 11, Note 10 Pro, and then iPhone, and finally I just started recording using my my brother's Canon 77D, which he asked me to return. Which he asked me to return it back, so I just get used to the DSLR, so I just have to make one purchase. So I bought this Sony ZV-E10 mirrorless. So before proceeding further, let's just see the quick unboxing of this camera. So the one of the good thing about ZV-E10 that I think is it can shoot at 4K, still 100 Mbps bitrate, which is really crisp, and it will downsample from the 6K to 4K. So that is actually great. I am actually shooting at 4K 24 FPS, which is to get this motion blur. You can't see me, so this particular thing will help me to get some cinematic feel. I don't know, maybe some people MKBHD will like 30 FPS guys, so but 24 it can go 100 megabits, and editing also different, and I can use 50 shutter speed. And the lens that it comes with is 16 to 50 mm wide angle lens, zoom lens, so actually wide angle lens. So it based on that the aperture also changes from the 3.5 to 5.6. So if you are having without any zoom, if you are keeping it in 60 mil, it will be like a 3.5 aperture. So you will get some good background separation. Here you can see. And the best part about this particular lens is it is actually good to practice it as a newbie or something. So I actually use it in the 60 millimeter only. I don't zoom it, I'll just go in front, so the aperture will stay in that, locked into that 3.5. and I will get some sort of background bokeh effect. Also, this particular lens is APS-C, so it has a 1.5 times crops when compared to full frame. So actually, the technically this particular 60 mm is actually 16 into 1.5, which is 24 millimeter. So 24 to 75 millimeter it can go, which is actually same as my iPhone. So the distance that I am keeping is like only some 2 feet distance. So in 2 feet distance it can cover this much. That is actually fine for me. But if you are using it for I would say just keeping it in the hand distance or something like that, you want to cover a lot of places, lot of space, this won't be that much fun using this camera as a front camera vlogging or something. You can buy a GoPro or a different type of camera which has the much wider than this. Still, if you are not using any stabilization options which are in the camera, you can still cover a decent amount of portion in the background. But if you turn on that not optical, it is somewhat electronic image stabilization. In this one it is there. You can turn it on, but still the image will be more shakier. In iPhone, the back camera is actually 26 millimeter, which is here 24. So it is somewhat higher wide in the camera. But here if I shoot it wide angle, it is 13 millimeter, so which is really wide. So that I can do it using back camera. And still I use front camera because I can see my face, but it is garbage in iPhone. So it is 23 millimeter, which is still same as this particular camera's wide view. This is fine for me actually for indoor purpose. So why I chose this camera over other Canon? The main competitor for this camera is Canon M50 Mark II, which is lesser than this. You can get it around 50 or something in the sale. I think 48 that time also it came. But why I choose is especially I like Sony products, so I actually like the Sony. Second is I already used Canon. I actually liked the Canon's environment and the setting options. It has a touch in the setting and touch to change the options in the display itself. You can do it. In my 7070, it's semi-professional camera, which is really great, and the color science also good. But here the options are getting used to is little bit tough. You may hear it with other people who are using Sony camera. But one thing, there are few things which I like about this camera in my perspective. Okay, this may not be a big deal for some of them, but for me, these are the big key features that I like about this camera. First thing is the battery and the Type-C charging. So I can use my mobile charger to charge this device, also my mobile, and it is actually like a mobile. You can plug your Type-C and you can use it. So you don't need to buy some extra batteries like in Canon. I have to remove it and use the cradle. Still, you can put it a battery inside and you can charge it using the Type-C. Second good thing is, if you want to do for some long video like hours doing some live stream or something, you can directly plug the charger in the camera and it will automatically switch the power source from the DC to AC, and from adapter you can directly access the camera, which is really great. You can record unlimited video. You can use this as a webcam as well. So you can use the USB Type-C to laptop and it will detect the camera. You don't need any software or something. I can directly open this one and it will consider it as a webcam. Using the mirrorless as a webcam is really great. So that also it is good in that kind of situation. When I was using Canon, that is old camera, but still I have to use two batteries. When one is charging, I have to use another. So video recording wise, this is one of the great camera for this particular price range. Second thing is it is handy, so I can use it in single hand. It's very small. I can't keep it in packet with a lens or something, but it's still fine for me. Also, there is a mobile app for Sony which I can use, and I can use this my phone as a display for this one. Wirelessly I can connect, and the good part is I even can change the aperture setting or brightness, ISO, whatever option is there in the camera itself, I can directly change it in my mobile. It's not only on Sony mobile, but with the app you can, in any Android devices, you can connect it, which is really great. Third thing is the photo and video options. Actually, this is even though it is mainly focused for video recording, this is actually the sensor with the same you have it in the great APS-C sensors which you have it in Sony 6400 and 6100. So the footages, or I would say the photo that I'm taking, is really crisp and great photos. So I will try to, I just took this out to Ooty when I was going, and I was taking some pictures, which was really great. It is more competitive, so you can use it mostly also for photo shooting. So these are some of the good things about this one. Also, when it comes to Sony camera, the one of the Another good thing is the mount, which is only single mount. It's called E mount. So whatever Sony other camera you have, you can use the same lens here as well. So that is one of the great thing. But it is not cheaper. These lenses are really pretty much expensive. So I chose to buy Sigma 30mm for some. It was like some 30,000 ish, and if you want to go 15mm, it will be again 60,000 something. So yeah, I'm thinking to choose whether 15mm I can buy, or else I can buy 30mm. If it is already 16mm, it's still I need a bit wider. If I buy 30 means it will be like 45mm, which is like I have to put the camera for distance, so that will be won't be good. So I'm thinking to I may buy 15mm, but still if I buy 15mm again, I may get that fisheye effect, this stretching effect. So I am just thinking to buy it. Those are some of the good points to tell about this particular camera as far as I used. These all are not a gimmicky feature, these are all useful feature. So what are all the bad things? Well, there is something called rolling shutter. So if it is not like this camera, the one big issue is if you shake the camera, it's a problem. Also, if somebody is shaking in before the camera, that also a problem. So if I'm shooting some fast moving objects like a car or a train or something like that, if I am standing still but the frame is really high, means it will have that this jittering effect with that. So that issue it is there, because this also the stabilization in this one is not that great in my opinion. iPhone stabilization is actually better, but still it is usable. There is no IBIS in-body image stabilization in this camera, so you have to be more careful with this one. That is one of the things which I have noticed. And second thing is this is not mostly suitable for vlogging. If you want to point and shoot, or if you are keeping the camera in a tripod and shooting it in the studio or something, in my view it will be actually good, but if you are keeping it in hand with the weight, this and all, it won't be that much great. Also, this camera is mainly focused for video recording. Even though the sensor is good for taking photos, it doesn't have the EVS, electronic viewfinder. So in the sunny weather, in some bright situation, if you want to depend on your display, which is very worst TFT panel or IPS, I don't know. The panel is somewhat fine, 5,000 rupees mobile, how the clarity will be there, that much it will be there. So if you want to still shoot it in some bright environment or something, good luck with that, I would say. So that is this one. So you can use zebra lines or some other based on the calculation, you can have it mind and shoot, but don't trust the colors or brightness which you are seeing in the display. It will be totally different when you see it on some other screen or something. So those are all the things you will find it difficult when you buy it. Also, there are some good features which I have to tell, like there is one LED in the front, red color lamp, which will tell whether the video is recording or not, which is really great. Also, one big button is there to start the recording. Also in the screen also it will have some sort of square indicator which will tell it you are currently recording, which is really comfortable for me, because sometimes in my Canon camera I don't even start recording, press record, I will be like speaking for hours and hours, and then I realize okay, it is not at all recording. So this is actually great, you will get the signal it is actually currently recording. So these are all the actually good features. Actually good features, also bad features. Most of the things I think I have covered, but usability wise it is not that great, because touch screen also it is not fully functional. You can't entirely use it. You can touch and do the focus on some person, but still focus is good. You have the height tracking and you have a different focus mode, product showcase. I can, with a single click I can turn it on, and also with a single click I can turn on the blurring effect in the background, bokeh effect. Those and all really great features for vloggers or any YouTubers. So second, what workflow I am currently following with this camera is I am using the HLG3, but this video I didn't shoot in HLG3. I used normal color profile. So HLG3 I am having this normal SLR monitor, so I'm having some sort of difficulties with Premiere Pro exporting and importing, but or else I will move to Cinetone 4 with this because it doesn't record in HDR or something, HDR10 or something. It is mostly good for indoor video, which I was doing most of the time, like product showcase or something with slow motion and all. With 1080 pixel, it can shoot up to 240 FPS. That is really great, and 4K footages with this, with the 24 FPS, 100 Mbps bitrate, it is actually great, and colors actually it is fine. So that how it is compared to iPhone? Well, this is a little bit trickier to answer, but still iPhone is actually good in terms of usability, single click, taking front, back, whatever. If you are taking vlog, this is actually great in my opinion. But the only thing is it has some sort of I don't know whether any software sharpness or something. It will be like same image. It doesn't have any depth effect, which you will mostly get it in the camera. So I started noticing it more when I was using the Canon DSLR, and I suddenly switched to this one. It is good, looking good, but somewhat mobile phone camera is not that great when compared to actual camera. For people like you suddenly have to choose shot somewhere, this camera and all, turn on different settings, scrolling, this and all may take some time for them. iPhone would be a great option. But for me, you are in the controlled environment like the studio or something, you have a key light features. So that lighting and all you have with great lighting, great environment, color, mirrorless is actually good. So I actually like this purchase. I'm going to use it very well. If I get any new things, how my workflow, I may make another video or something. So yeah, that's what about this video. Thank you for watching. Quote motto.